Cam Newton, this is interesting. Now, Cam Newton is not only is Cam Newton working out, he's going to participate in the offseason voluntary workouts that everybody's resisting around the league, but he's also imploring his teammates to do the same. Now, I find that admirable, but also a little, not disconcerting, but maybe a little blind spot in terms of reading the room. It's admirable because you're trying to galvanize the team and get everybody in the building, be a leader, blah, blah, blah. A little bit of a blind spot. He already had COVID. And not that you can't get COVID. If you've already had it, you can. Small percentage, but you can. Yeah. Much like you can also get it if you get the vaccination, although doctors and scientists say that the effects are far lower. I'll leave it up to them. I don't know. Just whatever.
Basically, the vaccine says you're not going to be hospitalized and die.
Correct.
But you could still get it. You still got to wear your mask and do everything else. Look, I have
pass it on to somebody who hasn't had it.
Well, that's
before.
The bigger issue. Yeah. I'm good. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Those people around you aren't.
Still around. Exactly. Well, by the way, real quick, I saw next month, New York State is increasing the capacity for indoor venues.
Oh, interesting.
25%. So the Nets get ready to play playoff games. Knicks playing playoff games. That's going to go from about 2,000 or 3,000 people in the building to about, more like 5,500, 6,000 at the Garden. Roughly the same, a little less in Barclays, smaller. Nice. But anyway, numbers are starting to pick up, which is good. Well,
I guess it's also because more and more people in New York and New Jersey and really across the country are getting vaccinated.
Yep.
So, I forget what I was saying. But anyways, I think the point was about Cam. I had the same read that you did, BT, about what Cam Newton is doing, meaning I'm going to the voluntary workouts after, at least half, maybe even more, of these teams have said we are not going to participate in the voluntary off-season workouts. And really no off-season workout because they don't like the current coronavirus plan. Now, if I'm Cam, I can understand why in his mind he's saying, look, I already had this. I'm good, and I got to be the leader of this team because that's what they're paying me to be. I'm still trying to reprove myself in the NFL. I'm going to lead the charge for these players. But I think what Cam is misreading, to your point, BT, is that a lot of players are starting to pick up on this thought process that they don't need as much of the offseason as they've currently or previously had to participate in. And so Cam, in a sense, is like taking the, I don't want to say ownership side because that makes it seem like it's us against them, but he's taking you got to work outside versus we're okay if we don't work outside, where a lot of the players are right now. One, because of COVID, but more importantly, I think because they saw last year without it, they did just fine.
How divisive could that be for the Pats?
I think very divisive. And it's really going to be interesting to see, if he still is able to hold that role, like that, because he was the leader in the locker room.
He was.
We heard that from the very beginning. He came in, everybody respected him, everybody liked him. If it wasn't for COVID, who knows? Because he got COVID and missed 2 games.
I think it may have been 3. It was at least 2.
Yeah, at least 2. Whatever it was. If that hadn't happened, maybe they do make the postseason, and who knows what's happened in the postseason? Who knows, right? But he was the leader. And now, if you're getting guys saying, well, Cam, you're not really speaking for us. You're espousing something that we don't necessarily believe in. Are we going to follow you again? Even though we were under 500 last year. So it could change the message a lot that he gets back from the players that he's trying to send those messages to.
That's what I thought you'd say, and that's why I asked the question. There's 2 things at full. There's the inner sanctity of the Patriots locker room, but then there's also kind of breaking away from the players, the union message.
Yeah, the union saying don't go.
Yeah, very surprised that Cam's taken this position so publicly here. It's, I get it. I respect it, but a little insensitive.
Yeah, I understand a little bit because let's think about it from a Cam Newton standpoint. He was the man. He won an MVP. He was in a Super Bowl, and they didn't get blown out in that Super Bowl. Maybe if he'd have, played a little hard.
You're down a couple of points, 4 minutes to go. Dive on the football. I'll never forget that, and I'll never forgive him for that.
Yeah,
and I'm a Cam fan. But
I won't say he didn't play hard.
You got to dive on the football.
He didn't make that effort at that moment.
Nope.
Let's leave it there.
Nope.
But he was close to winning a Super Bowl too, and he's been a very good player, but for the last 3 or so years, it was just like he's done, right? I just don't see that Cam anymore. He's done, and he's not old, but he's got to reprove himself to a new franchise and a new organization, most importantly, a new head coach. So Bill Belichick is the last coach that's saying, "Oh yeah, you guys do whatever you want in the offseason. Go chill.
Yeah.
It was good for you. You guys relax." He's like, "How can I grind some more?" Bill Belichick. And Cam Newton is trying to match Belichick in an effort to prove himself.
Yep.
Almost at the expense that he's maybe be unaware of the guys he's actually trying to lead.
Yeah, he's trying to ingratiate himself to a coach who knows nothing but hard work,
grind,
pushing the limits, grinding, and they would be doing this if they were coming off a 15-1 season and a championship, or a 14-2 regular season. The fact that they were 7-9 and have a very different roster based on the free agent imports, the 8 guys coming back who opted out a year ago, that's a lot of roster volatility. So I understand why there would be an urgency, not only from Cam but everybody, to get in the building.
Yep.
I just don't think I'm not saying it's a bad look for Cam. It's a delicate look that could be perceived by some as a bad look.
Yeah, look, they had a lot of free agent signings. I mean, so this is why Bill Belichick. I mean, we got this this draft profile, I think from CBS actually. Matt Judon, free agent. Jonnu Smith, we talked about these. Hunter Henry, Jalen Mills, safety.
2 tight ends, right?
Philly, yep, 2 tight ends. Hunter Henry and
Jonnu Smith from Tennessee.
Yeah,
did you say him? I'm sorry.
Yep. So both of them. Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah.
Kendrick Bourne, who was from San Francisco.
Receiver.
He came as a free agent. A couple of re-signings. Godchow, who's a D tackle from Miami. He came over. They got Kyle Van Noy back from Miami. Yep. And another defensive end from the Jets, Henry Anderson. Who you guys
I like Anderson, actually. He's going to be a good spot situational guy for him.
So they brought in, a ton of new players.
Yeah.
And the last thing you're going to do when you have a new, basically you're remaking your roster is, we'll figure it out when we get to training camp. Yeah, you're good chilling. Bill Belichick's having agita right now, trying to get these guys up to speed. And now nobody wants to come. Cam Newton's trying to play the in-between game.
Yes, he is.
It's a smart play, but it's a dangerous play.
Yes, it is. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop fresh content.